Hello and welcome to my workshop and Happy New Year. Yes, this is New Year's Eve in Australia, so I think we get it pretty well first before anybody else does. So Happy New Year everyone. So today's video, what I'm going to do is do some basic cutting in several types of material. This is 9mm ply, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 5 ply. Okay, pretty good ply board. Then we're going to change the material. We're going to go to 5mm plastic. This is acrylic plastic, the only plastic that you can safely cut in a laser. Okay. Other types of plastics or vinyls, the fumes from that is deadly. In actual fact, the fumes from vinyl type plastic is what normally overcomes people in fires in buildings. Don't put it in your laser. You can go into the internet and do your own research, which I advise you to do, about the toxins that are given off by different plastics. Take it from me, this is the safest, although this gives off toxins too. They're lower levels. You do need to use an active carbon filter with a laser. If you go back to the first video about lasers where I introduced this laser, which is about 10 videos back, I describe in more detail about the filter. Okay, so then we're going to go to 12mm acrylic plastic. This has got surface covering on it to protect it from scratching. So we're going to find out the best power level of the laser and speed to actually get the best cut without burning in wood, and we're going to try and get a nice flame polished or laser polished edge to the cut on the acrylic plastic. Okay, so first what we're going to do, we're just going to simply draw a square. We're going to draw a 2-inch square or 50mm square. So we just get our cursor. I'm sort of explaining every detail because there's a lot of first-time users that are tuning into this station. So bear with me, the more, shall we say, professional guys or guys that are more used to using lasers, because there's a lot of new starters there. So this is laser cut 6.1. You can see it up here. You can download this for free off the internet. So you come up here and we're just going to pick the draw square, and you can come anywhere in here, it really doesn't matter. So somewhere in the middle here. Actually, I'll zoom in to this square. And what we're going to do is we're going to click once with the left mouse button, draw it out, and click again, then go up and get the pick tool or the whatever, come onto any one of the lines and right click. This brings up this little dialog box where you can choose different things to do. We want to resize this and make it a particular size. So we're going to say that we want it 50mm. 50.0. 50mm is close to 2 inches. And press OK. Now we can move this around on the screen if we wish by using the arrows on our computer keyboard. Just demonstrate that. See, that's just pressing the arrow, and you can get it pretty well exactly where you want it. Okay, so now these colors down here, these are layers. In other words, you can, if I wanted to draw another square here, I could set it at a totally different setting for the laser. So the laser can distinguish then between one part and another part. That's a basic description of what the layers of different colors are down here. So it's a black layer, it's already set at cut. We can actually change it to an engrave if we wish, but we want to cut. And then you double click on the black layer part, and this is where you alter the settings of the laser. Now I'm just going to put 85 in here. This is when the laser comes into a corner, right? To ensure that the corner is cut all the way through, because you do get a bit of what they call beam drag. Now all these things that I'm mentioning I'll describe as the video goes on. I'll show you exactly what beam drag is. So we're going to put 85 here. Incidentally, 85 is the 85%. Okay, is the maximum that you can run this laser at. It's a 100 watt laser, and as it happens, if you put the power setting in here at 85%, it is driving the laser at 100 watts. Now a lot of people make the mistake of putting 100 in here, and they do what they call overdrive the laser, and you're going to replace your laser tube in about 6 months. 85. Okay, we're going to be we're going to go 80 here. We're going to cut the plywood first. So you need a fairly large amount to go through that. So we're going to go 70, 80 or 70. No, we're going to go 80. We're going to go 80. You just need that little bit extra in the corners. 80, 80. So when you're setting for a cut, for cutting material, you normally you got two power levels, and the power level 1 and power level 1. So it's minimum and maximum. Set them when you're cutting something. Set them the same. For this corner cutting and start off power, that's what that means. The strike of the laser to pierce a hole straight through. This is what, so you want maximum power for that, and in the corners you want maximum power to ensure it's cut. This power level 2, this is for twin head lasers. This is a single laser, so we want blowing, because the laser itself heats the material up to a vapor, and the air blowing actually blows the smoke and the vapor and gases away from the laser, because the actual gases and smoke absorb the power of the laser. So you want to get it out of the cut. So that's what that's for. And we're going to say calculate. This will take a second or two. Okay, and now we can load it into our laser. Okay, so we've loaded the program into the laser memory now, and I'm just going to set the datum point for the start of the work. So we're going to lower the table and bring the head over. I'm using the keys on the actual computer to jog the head around just to a position over the material. Just going to get this now. This is just a steel plate. It's nicely matte coloured steel plate. Behind this nozzle is a proximity sensor. So now I'm going to set the table to automatically check the Z height and position the table in the correct distance from the end of the nozzle, which in this case is 9.5 millimeters. So just press Z datum. And there you go. So now we know that the start of the square, the square that we drew, is this top corner up here. So what I'm going to do now is drive this head over to this top corner over here, and I'm going to set the XY denting. Okay, so this is the first cut at 10 millimeters per second. So we're going to do a test first of all to make sure that the square that we're going to cut is or lies within the material where we think it is. Okay, that's where it's going to make the cut. Here we go. Okay, the smoke is coming out underneath, so I would say that's pretty safe to say it's cutting it out. That's definitely cut it out. Okay. So I've got a piece of paper here. If I just put that here. Now, as you can see, it is a little black. Not too much on the top side, there's a little bit there, but it's definitely black. But underside, you can see that it's overburnt and is really too hot. And we've got quite a bit of charcoal there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back into the program and reset the speed, and I think I'll leave the power where it is, but we're going to change the speed because the idea is that we cut this as quickly and efficiently as possible without making it black and burnt. That's not acceptable, although we cut it through. Okay, this time it's 75%, which is about 75 watts, 75 to 80 watts, and it's 12 millimeters per second cutting speed. So we'll give this a try. Well, that was pretty effortless. Well, it's slightly browner, but we're still a bit too much power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it the same 12 millimeters a second at 75%. Yeah, that cut all the way through. Okay, there's a void there that it got hung up on. You can see the void inside there. Still a bit black, but it's you can see it's becoming browner now and not so black. Yeah, you can see it's becoming quite a bit browner now. So now we will reset the program to 15 millimeters, but we'll leave the power setting the same. Okay, so this is now 15 millimeters a second at, let me see, 70. It's still quite cool to the touch. So notice it getting browner. Not so much burning. That was a good cut. Both sides. Both sides, but it's not perfect. So let's try and get it perfect. I'm going to keep these in order. Okay, I've done quite a few now, and I've gone up with the power and speed rating. Now what I've actually done is I've gone up now with this test to 19 millimeters a second cutting speed and 85%, which is 100 watts output. Things are getting quite interesting now. So. And I don't know whether you're picking that out, it's getting quite a lot browner now. And a pretty good clean cut. So let's see how fast this will go. I'll do a couple more tests now, and then I'll bring you back in. Okay, I'm all the way up now to, now this is 24 millimeters a second cutting speed and 85%, which is 100 watts. So I think this is going to be about the limit. Yep, there you go. Look, it has actually cut it through all the way around. It's just a couple of fibers that are holding it there and there, but this will pop out fairly easy, I think. Yeah, that's going to come out. Okay, so I think you can see the graduation of color there as the speed picks up, and we actually alter the amount of power as well until we get all the way up to 24 millimeters at 85%, and that is a really, really nice cut. No carbon. That's the best laser cut you're going to get. Beautiful. Okay, so that is really how easy it is to find the correct feed rate or speed of cutting and the power output of a laser to a particular material. And you know, this is really what we would call scientifically is a storyboard, where it gives you a telltale of actually what is happening in the cut. And in this case, it stands out pretty well, but that's the correct speed and feed for cutting efficiently 10 millimeter plywood. So what we'll do is we'll cut this video now, because it's going to get a little long otherwise, and I don't want you guys to get bored. Plus, cutting acrylic plastic is a different affair. So I think for the next video we'll do a similar process, but we'll actually incorporate a deep etching, pushing towards three-dimensional carving with a laser. Sort of take you in that direction gently. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and I hope you visit both my channels, which is Australian Inventors Laser Lab and the Australian Inventors Workshop, where we actually produce these lasers in different sizes, up to full-size machines that'll, machine a full sheet of material, and the same in 3D routers. And I'll say again, you cannot buy these off eBay. We sell direct around the world from our company main office, and there's a email address below this video. Also, I've had a notification from Google, YouTube, that a lot of you out there have been asking for my videos to be dubbed over, with captions in your region's language, such as whether it's Greek or Italian or Spanish or Russian, Chinese, whatever. And they've asked my permission to do that, and I believe there is an ability for some serious fans of my channel to assist in that, and I would be very, very grateful. I will leave a link in the description down below for you to log in, and if you wish to assist in sort of dubbing over in your language of your region, but please, as close to what I'm saying as you can, missing out the ers and ahs and ums, and then it will be vetted by Google before it goes onto the channel, and your name will actually be put into the video as well as a recognition of your assistance too. So, and that would be absolutely brilliant, because it'd be too much work for me to do, and I only know English. So thank you guys out there very much, and Happy New Year, and please come and visit me again. So for now, it's bye for now, and have a very good New Year's Eve.